My name is Martha Concho Kent. I was born March 3rd, 1918. Third one born in the family. First baby was born, stillborn. Then was Rose, and then me, and then my brother Charlie. We lived in Cromwell all our lives. Went to school in Cromwell School. Was finished. The third highest in her class. What year did you graduate?
33.
33? She graduated in 1933. 18 years old. I met my husband, Frank Kemp. We were going to a movie. And walking to the movie to Cromwell Hall, and Frank was stuck in mud by the bridge by Gregor's place. We walked by and we laughed. Finally he got out and gave us a ride to the movie. I went to Duluth and worked doing housework for $5 a week.
Who your parents were yet? Where they came from?
I forgot. My parents were Mike and Timmy Concho. They came from Czechoslovakia. We talked Czech. We didn't know how to talk English till we started school, but learned quickly. Charlie and I were best friends as kids. We were together all the time, did our work together. Walked over 60 acres many, many times. Had to stay on our own property. But we were growing up. My dad would say, if we didn't have anything to do, go in the pasture and cut down the thistles. We went, but I don't know how many thistles we cut. Or we had to go pick potato bugs. Winter time, when we were kids, there were no radios or television sets. We had geese on the farm, and in the fall, we'd have to butcher them, and my mother would sell them to the Piggly Wiggly stores in Duluth, and that would be her money to buy us school clothes. We used the feathers. In wintertime, we would have to pluck the feathers to make pillows. We'd all sit around the table after work and plucked every feather. Pick blueberries, and summertime after our work was done, we'd pick blueberries and sell them for $1 for a milk pailful. My mother would bring the eggs to the store and sell them for my mother for 6 cents a dozen. My brother Charlie and I, we liked to climb on the barns and pull out the sparrow's nests because there were so many of them. And we do that after my dad went to bring the milk to the creamery. Summertime, when they went after hay, my brother and I would climb up to the highest rafter in the hay barn and jump down into the hay. I snapped my neck, and we never crawled back up there again. Once we were unloading hay, my brother and I would be stepping down the hay so they could get more hay into the barn. My dad had a pitchfork which he would throw the hay in with, and when he pitched the hay in, I was in the way, and he stuck a pitchfork through my knee. That was sore all summer, rest of the summer.
Doctor?
Didn't go to the doctor. My dad got some, what was that, plantain weed, mashed it up and put it on my knee and bandaged my knee. My mother also had many accidents. At one time, the milk separator exploded and hit her right above the eye, and the part flew right through the ceiling. If she had been any closer, she would have been killed. Another time, she fell off a hay rack, full of hay, right down on her head, and she must have fractured her neck because she was stiff for a long, long time. In the spring, my mother wouldn't wear any shoes. She was barefooted all summer, and my brother and I were too. My brother and I would make dinners for my dad, my mother, and Rose would make hay, and Charlie and I would make a dinner. And I was also bake bread. I was 12 years old and had to learn to make bread. What else? I hear you.
Well, Grandma set the dough. Oh, Grandma set the dough.
Just a soft dough. Oh. And then I had to flour and then make it.
Was it ever kind of like not baked though?
No, it was always good. Oh, it's future.
Oh, let's see. What else did you do there? We had talked about all the cures Grandpa had for everything.
The what?
All the cures he had for everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's important. My
dad would have special cures for things like when somebody had a sore, he would use cobwebs. He'd go in the horse's barn and he would pick up the cobwebs off the window and put that on your sore. Or he would have different kind of weeds that he would crush. And once my mother jumped off the hay rack and she went, a spike went right through her foot, a rusty one. That was also fixed that way, and she never went to the doctor. All born at home, either in our house or my grandmother's house.
Good. So you were dating?
I started dating at 18. Was married at 20.
How old was he?
37. 30. He was 37. I was 18. I'd never been with anybody before. So after 2 years, we were married. And Mickey was 1942. 44. Gail was in 51. 51, and Rita 61.
You were the only one going out of state. Yep.
House we owned was an old house we bought for $1,200. It was down in the Draga. Carol and Mickey always said they had the most fun there. They could slide and skate. We had no running water, no toilet in the house. I was the only one that was born there.
She was born while you were...
It was in West Duluth. And then too, in 1941, there was no work to be had in Duluth, and Frank was went on the boat, or boat. He was, I don't know what you call it when you shovel coal into the furnace.
Coal shoveler, I guess.
Coal shoveler. And he made a couple of trips, and then when he went to Michigan, he passed out. So then he got off in Detroit. He had 2 sisters living there. Decided that he could get work there, so he went first and stayed at his sister Sadie's. And then my sister Rose and I went on the Greyhound. I was 23 years old, and I had my last baby, and he was 60. Frank took his vacation at that time. And he was embarrassed because he was 60 years old and had a baby, so he said, well, when you live good, it turns out good.